So
Richard,
welcome,
we're here.
welcome everybody.
I think, Richard, I think you have a message for us today.
Um, I'm not sure if it's my message, but I just wanted to, since we were gathering here on this very beautiful and auspicious day, it's a really powerful day. It's the 21st of December, and it's also said to be the winter solstice. And along with that, it's what's happening at this time is something they call the grand conjunction, where these planets, Jupiter and Saturn, they're conjuncting in in an air sign for the first time, and it only does this every 200 years. It changes, and so it's in this air sign of Aquarius. So we're in a it also sends a signal to us that we're in a really in a mutative time. This is a very powerful shifting of our paradigm, basically. And I find that it actually it aligns so perfectly with all the things that's going on, that we see happening in the world, the changes that's going on in our political arenas, in the financial systems, and all of our systems. They're up for renewal. And I've been talking about this too, in terms of from a human design perspective, but from an astrological perspective, I've been also paying attention to that, and it is quite fascinating. And it's so this particular time that we're in, it's setting the tone for us. It's changing the ethos, changing the environment, the air, the whole the background frequency that's holding everything together. It's shifting. So the way we, for art, music, art, literature, entertainment, fashion, politics, everything is changing. It's mutating. It's going into something else. And it's not like it's a portal we enter into. Wow, like just like my background, we're going into the portal, and so things things shift. And it's said that, even though many people probably won't feel anything or wouldn't even notice anything, it doesn't really matter, because it's happening to all of us. It's happening on a, totally global and cosmic sense. So we're in it. And we're, but the more we sort of tap in and we take this moment, to really just go into ourselves and, hold an intention, hold a light, a candle or something, and just sit quietly with ourselves and just go deep within, and set our intention, and just you know uh, call it in. Whatever it is you want to call in, whatever it is you need to let go of, because we're in this mutative time. There are things that's falling apart, and there are things mutating, things coming into emergence right now. So yeah, it's a really powerful time. I just wanted to mention that. There's some other things here, but I'll let you guys talk now.
So I'll just reflect in the context of the solstice, right? So we have the spring solstice, and then we have the autumn solstice. And what is today? I think today is going to be the first day of winter here in the northern hemisphere, right? So I always see the solstice time as a sacred time of transition, and as you describe it, Richard, it's respecting it, and there's a context of ceremony that I enjoy, and I have enjoyed. And it's funny, this year now here in this our socially isolated scenario, I've been kind of engaging in a level of ceremony by myself, and listening to rituals, and engaging in that sacred experience of transition and the way you described it. And what I guess my takeaway from what you said and from what I know is that it's all part of the great cosmic unknown, right? And at the same time, I think if we resonate with the possibilities of what can be in the context of transition, I mean, that's what it is a transition between seasons. And there's so much about it that I don't understand, when it comes to the alignment of stars and the planetary alignments, and it's just all this stuff. So just stop, be grateful, meditate into it, and let the change happen, I think, right? And be a sail in the winds, with the winds of change. That's my reflection.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm feeling step into it. And I can see that behind you too, stepping into it. which doesn't have to be a big shift either. So I appreciate that. One of the things I've been thinking about, I've been thinking about visions and planning and all of that stuff for like months now, as I'm coming into that as a business owner in a different way. We've talked about this. But one of the things, I was cooking last night and I was thinking, I want to put love into the creation of this food, because I've been so busy lately that sometimes I find myself just kind of like chopping something, and these really kind of strong movements. And I thought, wow, if I put love back into this, think about all the things that had to line up for me to be in that moment of putting love into something as simple as chopping an onion or whatever it is. So I like the idea of taking something that is so simple and really tangible, that requires all of these different things to line up, but you can kind of check in with yourself each day of, how do I feel about this onion? Am I loving it? Or am I just moving through the motions to get food in my mouth and do the next movement? So that's kind of where what you're saying, Richard, is looping me back into that thought of, how can I take some more time and space?
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.